Hello, my name is Gloria Yeboah. I'm a student of George Mason University, and for my multimodal project, I'll be presenting on high prescription drug costs in the United States. As we all know, prescription drugs help to improve patient health, but when prices are too high, it makes access to vital medication too difficult for most patients to obtain. The question then remains, why does healthcare cost so much? In 2016, according to a report by the American Academy of Actuaries, the United States spent $3,337 billion on national health expenditures. Out of this, $329 billion was on prescription drugs. Fast forward to 2018. According to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the United States healthcare spending grew 4.6%, reaching 3.6 trillion. When it comes to prescription drugs, the reason why prescription drugs costs are high is that the United States, unlike other developed countries, does not regulate nor negotiate with pharmaceutical companies on price of new prescription coming into the market. There is also no governmental agencies in place to scrutinize and negotiate with pharmaceutical companies. This then allows the pharmaceutical industry to set their own prices for drugs coming into the market regardless of its usefulness over existing medication. What's more, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services projected in the National Expenditure Projection for 2018 to 2027 that, I quote, spending for retail prescription drugs will be the fastest growth health category and will consistently outpace that of other health spending. What are some factors influencing the prices? Certain laws in the country contribute to the rising prescription drug costs. For example, the Hatch-Waxman Act of 1984 and the Orphan Drug Act in 1983. The aim of these two laws was to create an incentive that encouraged research and innovation or innovative product by creating patents and exclusive market rights, with the idea of a controlled process that will establish and maintain price competition once market protection had expired. Due to the nature of these laws, it gave pricing power to pharmaceutical companies. The pharmaceutical industry has become monopolized with little to no competition and a lack of transparency on the real cost of drugs. According to Kesselheim's and Sapawari's research entitled "The High Cost of Prescription Drugs in the United States: Origin and Prospects for Reform," published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, the authors stated that a key contributor to drug spending is physician prescribing choices when comparable alternatives are available at different costs. They also stated that although prices are often justified by the high cost of drug development, there is no evidence of an association between research and development cost and price. Rather, prescription drugs are priced in the United States primarily on the basis of what the market will bear. Market exclusivity and delaying of competition. This delayed the entrance of cheaper drug competitors, meaning patients will be left with paying for a monopolized price for a very long time. With the outrageous price increases by the pharmaceutical industry, as Kesselheim said in his research, there is no evidence of an association between research and development cost and price. This has led industry critics to note that a good deal of basic research is funded by the federal government through the National Institute of Health and not by the drug makers. So this leaves no room for pharmaceutical companies to claim that production cost is high, research cost is high, therefore drug prices is high. How has this affected healthcare delivery? Due to the rising price of prescription drugs, physicians are forced to prescribe expensive exclusive medications, especially to patients with severe medical conditions. It has also led to cost-related non-compliance of certain patients. Patients have to forfeit their medical treatment or even skip their medication dose as they cannot afford medications even with insurance due to them having to pay a higher copay at the drugstores. Hospitals are also struggling to keep up with the rise in prescription drug costs as this is causing a higher annual growth in their spending on drug purchasing. Not only do hospitals have to struggle with increased drug costs, but they also have to struggle with increased drug shortages. So, in order to manage and have a sense of control of their drug spending, hospitals have resorted to taking certain drastic measures, such as reducing staff, finding alternative treatment and/or therapies, and delaying crucial development plans to ensure they are able to provide patients with medications. Who is to be blamed? With more people having insurance coverage and engaging in more risky behaviors due to the insurance coverage and demanding excessive and expensive treatment because they know they're insured, to patients wanting scientifically advanced drug and treatment thinking that that is the best option for their treatment, to legislators being non-bipartisan on how to deal with the issue due to fear of negatively impacting innovations, and pharmaceutical industries' use of every means possible to make profit as there's no regulation during the patent years. We are all to be blamed for the rise in prescription drug costs. Who is impacted? According to Daniel Baker's research published in Sage Journal in 2017, entitled So Who is to Blame? The person most impacted is the one who pays cash for medication. Next is every taxpayer and business. Baker explained that as cost of a medication goes up, that increase directly influences the cost of health care of individuals covered by Medicaid, Medicare, and other federally assisted programs. And that money comes from taxes paid by individuals and businesses. The next, according to Baker, are companies that offer their employees medical benefits with drug coverage. This is because cost for providing these programs goes up when medication goes up. What can be done? Government should take more initiative in setting up governmental agencies to regulate pharmaceutical industry and to regulate prices. Pharmaceutical industries needs to be more competitive, meaning the pharmaceutical industry needs to allow competitors in so that there will be a more perfect market for drugs. There also ought to be transparency in drug pricing. This will allow patients to make more informed decisions concerning their medications. Consumers also need to come together to make their voice heard. Hospitals, insurance companies, businesses, taxpayers, and patients all need to come together as one and work together to get drug prices down.